It will take about 3 hours and a half and 30 minutes for me. And world record right now is 3 hours and 14 minutes. But yeah, I've been running this game for like a year now, and I've been really enjoying it. Hopefully some of you can join the community. It's a great community, spearrunning of Plants vs Zombies. And without further ado, let's begin. So the clock starts when I put the first pea shooter down. And the moment I do that. And right now I'm going to count it down. And hopefully the lovely people at Really Lots of Lore will start the clock. Okay. Just one moment. Alright. Okay. Alright. So the game starts in 5. Hold on. Sorry about this. Okay, Lightsplay is bugging out for me. Excuse me for a moment. Alright, no, let's start now. Alright. The clock starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So we're on 1-1 and this is a tutorial level. Basically there's only one lane and the zombies are trying to reach into your house and eat your brains. You gotta plant the pea shooters, plant all your plants to defend your house against the zombies. Very nice game. Very easy to understand backstory. And just to play the first level, I just put 3 pea shooters exactly in this spot, and it's the fastest. Alright, now on to 1-2. Now we have the sunflower. And sunflower is going to be the most important plant throughout this run. It's the sun producing plant, and you need sun to plant more plants. As the game says, the more sunflower you have, the faster you can grow plants. We're gonna take sunflower in almost all of the levels, and in the levels that we don't take sunflower, we're gonna take the substitute, which is sunshroom. Basically a sunflower but for night levels. And yeah. Oh my, I didn't realize Plants vs Zombie was a Spider-Man game. Doc Hawk over here trying to collect the power of the sun. Yes. Yeah, sun really is everything. Sun, you have to use it to grow the plants. And you also need to water your plants, but that's a mechanic that will come later. In the Zen Garden of the game. Yeah, and in the main game, you don't really have to water your plants. And they solely just survive on sun. Pretty amazing to think about. Yeah. So, as you can see, this level, we gained 2 more lanes, I call it. Now we have 3 lanes, and the zombies will walk down any of the lanes, and they kind of walk down the lanes in a predictable manner. So here's like the here's the interesting, like here's the mechanic of the game that makes speedrunning a skillful thing, and instead of just an auto-scroller, Oh, yeah, I should explain the 50% rule, which is what makes this speedrun possible. So basically, zombies come in waves, and for each of the waves in the game, if you do 50% of the damage of the current waves, you will immediately spawn on next wave. If you don't do 50% of the damage to the current wave, the next wave will spawn around 20 to 30 seconds later. But if you do that damage within that time, you will immediately spawn the next wave. And basically, to do half of the damage of the current wave as fast as possible is what we're trying to do to speedrun, to speed out of the game. And you will often see me take, like, this is a wave, this is a wave, this is the next wave. You will often see me take an auto scroll wave, which is basically not do the 50% damage. Over here, I'm doing the 50% damage. I'm trying to kill this zombie. But whenever we try to take an auto scroll, it's planned. At the beginning of each level, usually we take one auto scroll to build up some sunflowers, build up some plants, so we can buy more pea shooters. And yeah, by doing this, we also use one of the lawnmowers. You see that this conehead zombie? Now I don't have to worry about this conehead zombie, because a lawnmower will kill it. Because I used the previous zombie to trigger the lawnmower, and it will basically kill one of the zombies without costing me any sun. Well, I was wondering what was happening with the lawnmower is funny. Yeah, the lawnmower is very funny. The lawnmower is all powerful. The almighty lawnmower. It will kill any zombie in the lane. Any and all zombies in the lane. Later you will see me strategically use lawnmowers to kill like 20 to 30 zombies on one lane. It will be really satisfying. But yeah. So it's around like 2 or 3 years ago that people start to realize, oh, you know, using the lawnmowers and using them really well is it's really important in going fast. Yeah, really, what really separates a good player and a slow player in this game is whether you can use the lawnmowers to their best abilities or not. Because, you know, as a casual player, like if you're just playing the game to beat it, usually you don't think about using the lawnmowers, right? Because that's what their original purpose is. Their purpose is not to be used. It's only a last resort to bail you out, to say, when all your plant defenses fail. But no, for speedrunners, that's just an extra resource to go fast. So here we're on the 4th level of the game, 1-4. Now we unlock the walnut. And this is very important. It's not that important of a plant because it doesn't do any damage and it doesn't make us kill the zombies faster. But we're gonna use it to stall the zombie to the lawnmower. Okay, basically, well, I don't have to do it here. But if this zombie didn't show up here, I would have used the walnut, plant it here, and I would stop that zombie in front of the lawnmower for future use. Then later, maybe I can use that lawnmower to kill another zombie. But yeah. This is 1-4. And we also have a lot of conehead zombies in this level. Conehead zombies are more tough than a normal zombie. They have a cone on the top of their head to protect them. And they're pretty annoying, to be honest. They're in most of the levels. Whenever you see a conehead zombie, that means this level is... Okay. Whenever you see a lot of coneheads in one level, that means this level is probably going to be slower than usual. But yeah, they take quite a bit to kill as well. You see, I got 3 normal zombies here, which means this wave is a little bit faster. Another thing you might see me do is, if you're playing this level, if you're playing this game casually, usually you want to make the lawn pretty. But sadly, I'm not gonna be doing that because to spear in the game, sometimes you have to sacrifice something. I know it might be hard, but symmetry is something that I have to sacrifice in order to go fast. Yeah. I'm gonna explain something else about the lawnmowers, which is lawnmower manipulation. Whenever you let go of lawnmower in this game, for the next 2 waves, there will be no zombies spawning in that lane. You see, I let go top lane mower there, so I know that the last wave of that level will not have any zombies on the top lane. Because I just used a lawnmower 1 wave before that. Symmetry is a luxury. Yes, that is true. Yes. Sometimes, you know, on YouTube, in YouTube comments, people will say, "Wow, the asymmetry is really killing them," while watching DBZ speedruns. But I'm just like, okay, that really sucks. I'm really sorry, but you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. All right, here we have Walnut Bowling, a minigame level. Every -5 level of the game is a minigame level. In this minigame, we're going to be throwing walnuts at the zombies and basically play a game of bowling. This is a very RNG heavy level. As you can see, instead of the normal sun bank and these plant staying in a certain spot on the top, we have a conveyor belt. There are going to be a lot of mini games later in this run, and all of them will have, like most of them will have this kind of, see, select the conveyor belt on top. When you're doing a conveyor belt level, it's slightly different than playing a normal level. So you don't have to plant sun or anything. Which is another kind of fun. You know, conveyor belt has its own quirks, a lot of its own quirks. I think that was 7 normals on the preview. Yeah, I really enjoy the conveyor belt levels, you know. It's nice to break up the pace from planting sun and using the sun. I mean, planting sunflowers, using the sun to plant more defenses, and then planting your defenses with the sun and then killing the zombies. You know, just getting your plants randomly from the conveyor belt. That's pretty cool. Alright, this is level 1-6. And then we're getting into the real game territory. Now officially the tutorial is over. You know, we got the shovel from the last level, and we got the entire lawn unlocked. Now there's 5 lanes. Actually, there was 5 lanes in 1-4. But yeah, that's where the real game begins. And now in this level, we're going to gain a potato mine, which is a mine. It will blow up 1 zombie, and it will only arm after a short amount of time. Before it arms, it's very vulnerable. It can be just eaten. But once it arms, it explodes on impact. Pretty cool. We're gonna be using the potato mine a lot later. Now, potato mine is not that strong in itself, but it is actually very cost effective because it only costs 25 sun. So that's why we're going to be using it a lot. And here you see that I used the shovel and walnut combo to kill that conehead zombie. Instantaneously killing that conehead zombie, saving me a lot of time by just releasing this more that I've been banking up here with the walnut. Exactly what I wanted to do on 1-4, but I didn't get a chance. Yeah. Wow, this is very nice. This is very cool. I didn't have to do anything, and I got another conehead kill with the with the lawnmower. That was pretty cool. So yeah, whenever you kill a conehead zombie or anything that's more important than a normal zombie with your lawnmower, usually it saves a lot of time. Yeah. So now that I know I just used the lawnmower and bot lane, I know that there's not gonna be any zombies in the bottom lane for the next 2 waves, which is this wave, and I can just carry bomb the top side. That recent plant reminds me of Widow Mine from StarCraft. Oh. I have not played any of the StarCraft games. Yeah, it's a mine. Careful with your step. Alright. Now we're on to 1-7, and you have seen the Vulture zombie from the last level. The Vulture zombie is a very tricky one to deal with because it runs into your lawn super fast and it will jump over the first plant with its full vault. Yeah, so in this level we're going to try to make either we're gonna try to plant a plant in front of the full vaulting zombie when it comes, make it jump early, or we're gonna slow it down with the snow pea that we just got. The snow pea is basically a pea shooter that's very expensive and it slows down the zombies when it hits them. It's not that useful. You know, this is one of the plants that we're not gonna use that much because it's too expensive, to be honest. It's usually uniformly agreed that snow pea should not be 175 cost. You know, it kind of doesn't do its job for 175 cost. It does the same damage as the pea shooter, but it costs way too much. Oh yeah. Alright, here comes the rolling zombie. We're gonna use the sunflower to make it jump. The sunflower hopefully produces me a few sun, but it's in a very vulnerable position, so I don't expect it to survive for very long. Another conehead zombie on a lawnmower lane, and I'll just use a lawnmower to kill it fast. This is a very, very important mechanic. Killing zombies with a lawnmower. Yeah. You see there, I shoveled the sunflower. That's a pretty nice trick. You know, to do that, I can make the conehead zombie walk a little further and a little closer to my pea shooters, which will kill it slightly faster. It's a little bit of optimization that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but it's cool. Alright, so 1-7 has another interesting quirk, that it is the first level of the game. It has 2 flags, you see on the bottom right. When it has 2 flags, that means this level has 20 waves. And has 1 flag, that means this level has 10 waves. The previous levels only have 10 waves or less. But yeah, this is basically where the real game begins. There are more 2 flag levels, I think, in the game than 1 flag levels. Yeah, naturally 2 flag levels are longer, which means you have to plant way more sunflower and have way more pea shooters. You see now, yeah, this water zombie is just jumping. And we slow it down so it doesn't kill one of our pea shooters. But we're approaching the second half of this level. And here I'm doing a trick called a late mower, which is basically letting go a lawnmower towards the end of the level. This allows me to like not deal with this lane at all. I mean, I still put a pea shooter there, but theoretically I don't have to put a pea shooter in that lane at all, which means I have to defend one less lane. Only defending 4 out of your 5 lanes in the game is pretty cool. It's a little bit of a time save theoretically. Ideally I do that every single level. Every single time I play this level. Alright, so now we see on the final wave I used Cherry Bomb on 3 of the lanes and Potato Mine on 1 of the lanes. And the Cherry Bomb is a very interesting plant. It's very powerful and we're gonna bring it to almost all the levels. Alright, we're on to 1-8 where we unlock the Chomper. This is the bread and butter of speedrunning. This is my favorite. My favorite plant. What it does is for 150 sun, it will instantly eat one of the zombies. But the catch is that it's really expensive, but it has a very low cooldown. The Cherry Bomb is powerful. It kills a lot of zombies, but you can only use it every 50 seconds. Its charging is very slow, but the Chomper, it's very fast. And we're gonna use it later a lot. Not as much as the Cherry Bomb, but still a lot. And this is the first showcase of the power of the Chomper. In this level, we're gonna get the Buckethead zombie, which is a really strong zombie that basically cannot be killed by just shooting peas at it. Yeah, but the Chomper will be able to one-shot it, which is pretty cool. And also the Chomper can instantly activate the 50% rule. You see that wave has... Here comes the Buckethead zombie. I'll just kill it with the normal. Now we have 2 normal zombies in it, so when I Chomper one of the normal zombies, instantly the 50% rule gets passed, and then the next wave spawns. Because, yeah, Chomper dealt 50% of the damage to the wave. And we're using the Chomper every single wave, basically, to Chomper the Conehead zombie. Because the Conehead zombie has more health than the normal zombie. It's more than 50% of the health of the wave dealt right then and there. And instantly activates the rule. Activating the rule means spawning the next wave. Alright. As you can see, the final wave did not spread out evenly. It didn't go on 2 of the lanes because the lawnmowers went off on 2 of the lanes. Something to think about. Over here, we unlock the repeater from beating the last level. And this is basically the pea shooter but upgraded. It costs twice as much as a pea shooter, and it does twice the punch, which is pretty cool. Okay, over here we're doing a react mine on this guy. Basically, we're like timing the mine to explode, to arm right when this guy walks on it. That's a very nice trick you can use at the beginning of the level. I couldn't let that zombie go. Normally I would let that zombie go to the lawnmower, but unfortunately he spawned on the lane that I was planting sunflowers on, so I couldn't do that. This guy I can though. It's pretty cool. Okay. It's a very fun game. I haven't played it quite a few years. My playstyle is terrain. Best described as zap, barrack, and tactics. I would like to try out StarCraft someday. Seems like a nice game. It's very difficult, I heard. Yeah, trying to get an early advantage by sending zombies to the moor. Sending waves and waves to kind of marines until my enemies tire out. Alright, just like how I'm sending my zombies to the moor early, just to get an early advantage. Well, basically the same game. So, this level we're trying to... This level is another 2 flood level. We're trying to build as much sun as possible early, which is a lot of sun. I need to plant even more sunflower than this. And then on the second half of this level, we're just gonna keep planting chompers. Chompering every wave, which is a very costly strategy. It costs a lot of sun to do that, but it's worth it. Over there, instead of using a chomper, I just send them lawnmower to kill the conehead. Usually you want to chomper the coneheads because when you chomper a zombie that has more health, then it's like having more value, I guess, because chomper always kills the zombie it eats. So no matter what, so the more health the zombie you instantly kill, the higher value your chomper technically gets. It's pretty cool. And over here we're using a wave 19 more, which I did not time really well. Oh yeah, another wave 19 more prevents zombies from spawning there anymore for the rest of the level. Means I have to deal with 4 lanes in the final wave. This is a really common trick. Just finishing the level as fast as possible by doing this. So like when I only have 4 lanes, then I can use 1 lane potato mine to kill 1 lane and a cherry to kill the other 3 lanes. Alright, here's the final mini boss of the first world, which is the conveyor belt level, and it has a lot of zombies. A lot of zombies. Yeah. The chomper can eat more than 1 zombie if I recall, but it takes a while to recharge. Yeah. The chomper wakes up. I think you saw it there in 1-9. I think one of the chompers woke up in the 2nd lane, if I'm not wrong. But yeah. It's something that can happen. Oh. So here's the conveyor belt level, and in this level we're basically just trying to use our cherry bombs and chompers to speed up the waves. And this is like one of the more annoying levels to speedrun, because in this level, how fast you go is completely dependent on just how many carry bounds and chompers you get on the conveyor belt, and that's pretty much random. I hope I didn't count the wave draw. I think that was wave 7. But yeah. Okay, here I'm gonna explain another mechanic, which is the conveyor belt manipulation. This seems to be wave 9. Okay. Yeah. Conveyor belt manipulation says that whenever you hold 3 plants or more on the conveyor belt, the game will give you way less of that plant. So we're using this mechanic to get less walnuts and more of the other plants in this level. Usually the dash 10 levels, like this is 1 dash 10, we're gonna play 2 dash 10, 3 dash 10, 4 dash 10 later. The dash 10 levels will have all of the plants that you just played in this world on a conveyor belt. But some of those plants are not that useful, you know, like the walnut. Doesn't really kill the zombies faster, it just stalls them. We're using them sometimes, but not that much. Yeah. So yeah, this is a kind of an advanced strat. Conveyor belt manipulation. You want to do it as much as possible, but not too much. So sometimes the game will give you the 4th and the 5th plant of the same kind on the belt, but you don't really want to hold them. Like, if you hold too many plants on the conveyor belt, it will slow down. So that's kind of not ideal. And over here I broke walnut minute, which means I put down one of the walnuts. But now walnuts will start coming in, although they're not really coming because this game is like completely random. This conveyor belt, what you get on the conveyor belt is still random, so you can control it somewhat. You can really control it. Yeah. Alright, we're on the final wave now. And we have 2 cherry bombs, because I got lucky. Usually, sometimes you could just wait there for like 30 seconds for a cherry bomb to come, but it never comes. And it really sucks. But yeah, there's the RNG part of this game. Alright, so now we're on to World 2, which is night. We're gonna get introduced to a lot of different mechanics, because now we're in a different world. One of them being the mushrooms. The mushrooms are very low cost, and they're very good for using at night, because in night you don't get sun dropping from the sky, and that is like the biggest difference, I think. And we have the puff shroom. It's a very important plant. It costs 0 sun, a whopping 0 sun. It's basically free. So naturally, it is the most used plant in night and in any night level. And playing how to play puff and playing puff to the best ability is very important for a speedrunner. I have spent a lot of time on this myself. Basically, you want to plant your puff shroom in this row, in this column 7, because in this column, because puff shroom has a very low range, that's his downside. But if you put it in column 7, they will be able to reach all the way to the end of the screen. Basically start attacking the zombies as fast as possible. These column 6 puff shrooms, they can't really see the zombies when they're coming in. but they're there to protect us column 7 puff shrooms. And the column 8 puff shrooms are here to sort of shield for the column 7 puff shrooms. Yeah. And that's how you play this level, basically. And you see the zombies, the new type of zombies we got, which is the newspaper zombie. Newspaper zombie has a newspaper, and if you break the newspaper, he gets angry, starts walking faster, which is pretty cool. And newspaper zombie is very nice because newspaper zombie has very little health, so it's relatively easy to kill. And whenever we see newspaper zombie, it actually has less health than just 2 normal zombies. Very cool. Having less health means that the 50% rule will get passed faster. But yeah, the newspaper zombie is not a big problem at all. Now we're going to the second level of night, which we unlock the sunshroom. This is the substitute for sunflowers at night. We still bring the sunflower in this level, but this is only because we're going to use the chomper. We're going to use a lot of sun. But the sunshroom produces a little more sun than the sunflower. It costs half as much. It produces the sun. It produces sun the same rate as a sunflower. It will produce smaller sun, which are only worth 15. Whenever you pick up a small sun from a sunshroom, it will be worth 15 sun. But as you can see, that it costs half as much as a sunflower. But a sunflower produces 25 sun for each sun coin it drops, and sunflower is not twice as 15. So it's a little bit better mathematically to have sunshrooms instead of sunflowers. Yeah, twice of 15 is 30, and sunflower doesn't really give you 30 sun per sun coin. We're gonna use sunshroom as much as possible, but we're still gonna use sunflower here, just because we can use both, and you know, to invest faster into your sun economy, it's just better. All right, so this is the. All right, let me explain the graves. The graves is another mechanic maybe you have seen in the last level. There's another mechanic that's very crucial to speedrunning, because where they are on your lawn is random. How many there are is always the same. Like in this level, there's always 4, and there's always 2 on the last column, furthest column away from your house. But whenever you have too many graves in the same lane, this level becomes very difficult to play, because you have too many graves in the same lane, and you can't really put any puff shrooms in that lane, because puff shroom cannot be put further back. They're too low range. And if you cannot put puff shrooms in that lane, then you can't really defend that lane. You have to spend your sun to defend that lane instead of just defending that lane for free. Yeah, that's not the case here. We got a really good grave layout. They're all spread out evenly, scattered around. Yeah. Also, dealing with the graves is something that you can also do with the Grave Buster, and we're gonna get that, I think, 2 levels later, 1 level later. Not right now. Oh yeah, in this level we're gonna get bucket heads, and we're gonna get newspaper zombies. We're gonna try to chomper them to speed up the waves as fast as possible. At night, usually you don't want to use any more mowers, because at night you get a lot less sun. Sun is way more valuable, so you don't really want to let your sunflowers die that much. Oh yeah, speaking of... Right, another thing about sunshrooms that I haven't mentioned is that how they grow up. See how they grow up? They grow up after 2 minutes, I think? 1.5 minutes? I'm not very sure on that. When they grow up, they become a sunflower, so... That's another reason why we should use sunshrooms over sunflower. Because they scale. They scale to become better. I should have chompered. I should have found the bottom side. Yeah. Here's a pretty okay level. The level actually went pretty good, I think. Okay, now we're on to 2-3. We're gonna get introduced to the fume shroom, which is the counter to the new kind of zombie we're gonna get introduced. The screen door zombie. I got some really nice graves here. Like this, there's 2 graves on this lane, but I think it'll be fine. The screen door zombie is one that holds a screen door as his shield to block all the bullets coming from your plants. No matter spores from the mushrooms or peas from the pea shooters, they'll get blocked. And the screen door itself is very tough. That's why we're gonna use the fume shroom. Basically, fume shroom is the armor piercing class of this game. It will pierce through the screen door and then directly attacking the normal zombie, which is behind it. It's a normal zombie holding the screen door, which is pretty nice. Yeah, the normal zombie has very low health itself. You just have to get around it. Although we're gonna use another thing, a potato mine, to try and kill the screen door zombie. As you can see, potato mine is very useful in night because it's very low cost and we don't really have a lot of sun. We're gonna put this potato mine down and hopefully the screen door zombie will walk over it. Nope, it did not. Okay. But yeah, if the screen door zombie went there, the potato mine would have armed like right now while the screen door was eating it. And it would have gotten instantly blown up. You can see the pub shrooms are dealing damage only to the screen door, but the fume shroom is piercing the screen door and dealing damage to the normal zombie behind it. Alright, that's pretty much the only use for the fume shroom. Doesn't really get used anywhere else. To be honest, for a whopping 75 sun, it doesn't do that good of a job. It's like what it does. It's kind of inefficient. But yeah, next level we're gonna use another lawnmower. We finished the level. Alright, yeah, graves. I forgot to mention another thing, which is how graves graves spawn a zombie on the final wave. That's pretty important mechanic. Which I should have said first. That's the main purpose of the graves. It also blocks you from planting any plants in that tile. That's the secondary purpose of the graves. And that's the more annoying part, to be honest. The final wave spawn of zombies is not that important. So in this level we got the Grave Buster. As the name suggests, it will destroy a grave. For 75 sun, it will destroy a grave and giving you one less grave on the screen. Very cool. As you can see, we got more graves in this level than previous levels, because the game now knows that we can afford to have more graves because we can remove them. Once again, we brought the sunflower again. Get ourselves some more sun. And then this level, there were going to be pole vaulters and screen doors, which is a lot. That's a very wide range of zombies. Here comes the pole vaulter. Pole vaulters are kind of a counter to puff shrooms because puff shrooms are very low range and pole vaulters instantly run towards them and then get right on top of them and start eating them, which makes them kind of hard to deal with. I think this is wave 9. It's kind of a difficult wave 9. Alright. Basically, the strategy in this level is just to plant nothing but puff shrooms in the first flag. And then starting the second flag, we're going to plant lots of chompers. This is basically the strategy for most of the levels. Build up your sun as much as possible in the first half. And just starts spamming chompers or other instant kill plants to instantly activate the rules and making the level much easier. This way you get the most value out of your sun producers while getting the most value out of your instant kill plants. Alright, we're out to wave 6. This screen door is kind of a problem. You're gonna need a fume shroom to kill it. So screen doors, they're really tough. You think they're really tough, but they're actually not that much when you're speedrunning. But they don't count that much when you're speedrunning. They don't count towards the 50% rule by a lot because the screen doors, they only count 1/4 of their health towards the 50% rule. There, I almost prevented that last grave from spawning any zombies. I didn't. Rip. Which is kind of nice, you know, the shield, no, just the shield part. The normal zombie of the screen door still counts full health towards the 50% rule, but the screen door, it's a shield. So the game thinks it can be pierced through and it's not worth that much. So it will only count 1/4 of the health. Which means that when you get a screen door zombie on the screen, it actually is worth less in terms of 50% rule than a Conehead zombie. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, here we have 2-5. This is straight up just an auto-scroller. When people say, oh, Plants vs. Zombies, isn't that just an auto-scroller game? Well, that's not true for most of this game. It's true for this one. No matter how fast you whack the zombies. This is called Whack-A-Zombie, basically, by the way. This level is called Whack-A-Zombie. Like Whack-A-Mole. No matter how fast or how slow you whack the zombies, they always pop up the same rate. But that doesn't mean this is not a boring level, because in this level you have a very high chance of getting a lot of money. Getting a diamond. The money on the bottom left. It's pretty important. That will be very important later when we buy stuff. And this is actually the level that that will give you the most amount of money on average in night. It's because of how many graves you're busting. When you bust a grave, it always gives you a coin. And sometimes it would just be a diamond. Oh, well, as I said. Oh my god, 2 diamonds! 2 diamonds! Oh my god. Diamond has like 1 in 30,000 chance of dropping. And I just got 2 there in a row. Holy crap. Now, I've actually never gotten this lucky. Like, I got this lucky on stream. Wow, that was insane. Alright, we're gonna have a very rich run. Usually when you get 1 diamond in the whole run, that is already a lot of money. I just got 2 in 1 level. Am I even... Dude, the game has barely started. We're just 50 minutes into this run. And we're gonna have a lot of more chance, a lot more zombies to kill to drop money, and we might just get more diamonds. Dude, this is insane. Alright, so we're on to 3-6 now. Now we're getting to the second half of 90. This is where the game starts throwing the difficult zombies at us. This is the football level, where we get the first football zombie introduced. And we also get introduced to the counter of the football zombie, which is the Hypno Shroom. Hypno Shroom it's an instant plant, which means it will kill. Well, you put it down and it's instantly. It will kill 1 zombie instantly. Or yeah, it will kill zombies once instantly. That's a better way to describe it. And it's it will hypnotize them. Basically, it will get eaten, and it will. Okay, actually, I had the mine prepared here, but I think that mine's dying, so let's stick it up. Yeah, when the zombies eat the Hypno Shroom, they become hypnotized, and they will start fighting for you. Yeah, the football zombie otherwise cannot really be killed. Like, it has way too much health. But yeah, that's the way you instantly get rid of the football zombie. Making that way fast. The other way was to use the mine again, which it kind of successfully did. But it was just too late. I put the mine down way too late. And in this level, we're gonna let go of a more to make the level faster. Basically, there's 3 graves in a row here, which is really bad, but we're gonna use this more to instantly kill all of the zombies that are gonna spawn there on a final wave. It's a very nice setup. Final wave more, that's what it's called. Let it go now. Mow down that whole lane, which I don't have to deal with it. And the other 4 lanes, 1 gets dealt with by the potato mine, and the other 3 gets dealt with by the cherry bomb. Very, very nice. Alright, we're on to 1-7, which is 2 flag level. And now we have the football zombie. You see the football zombie on the street there, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna get the football zombie. Because how this game works is... Okay, this is really bad graves, actually. Let me just say that. These graves are... There are too many graves in 1 row. Not really good. But the game spawns zombies in what I call power level, and what people call wave points. Basically, a normal zombie is worth 1 wave point, and a conehead zombie is worth 2 wave points. And the game will spawn... Like, each wave has this own wave point count that it can spawn. Like, these waves, all 3 of these waves only has one wave point in them. So they can only spawn 1 normal zombie and nothing else. This wave has spawned 2 normal zombies because there's a wave point. It's a power level of 2, which means it can spawn 2 zombies or a conehead zombie, either one. And the football zombie is worth 7, so to spend the same waypoints to spawn a conehead zombie, a football zombie, you can get 7 normal zombies instead in its place. And that's a lot of zombies, and like, the game really doesn't have that many chances to give you a wave that can give you 7 normal zombies, which can only happen once in 2-7, which is the second to last wave of the game, of the level. On the last wave, you're guaranteed to have a football zombie. That's because it's the last wave. On the second last wave, it might just be a football zombie. That's the only wave in this level that actually has a power of 7. The waves before that all have power of 6 or below. And when we get the football zombie on the wave 19, it actually is really fast, because then we can just kill that whole entire wave with just 1 instant plant. Very interesting and very powerful. Here comes a screen door. I'll just bury it. Alright, here another thing we got from the last level is the Scaredy Shroom. So another plant that casual players hate for no reason. Its main gimmick is that it gets scared when any zombie walks close to it, which is why I'm putting it in the very far back of the lawn. But, you know, in terms of damage, the Scaredy Shroom actually does the same damage as a pea shooter. Yeah. It's like otherwise identical to a pea shooter. It just gets scared by zombies when they walk closer to them. And it also costs 25 sun instead of 100. It's just like a quarter. Oh my god, I got the football zombie. Wait, I'm actually getting so lucky today. I just got 2 diamonds and the football zombie. Dude. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. I don't think I've ever gotten this lucky. It's finally a little bit suspicious though. But that's still a really good time. What was I saying? All right, the Scaredy Shroom. Yeah, Scaredy Shroom is we're gonna use it a lot later because it's just a quarter of the cost of a pea shooter. But yeah, it's very, very cost effective if you don't get scared. All right, here we're gonna get the dancer zombie, or I like to call him Michael Jackson. Yeah, I just like calling the dancer zombie Michael. Just for future reference, whenever I say Michael, that means the dancer zombie. Here's 2-8, which is the first level that the dancer zombie shows up. Michael Jackson shows up. And that's the summon class of the zombies. Basically, it will roll into the level and it will summon a bunch of backup dancers. And that's really annoying to deal with because the backup dancers, they're the same as normal zombies, but there's just so many of them. And we're gonna try to use the potato mine to kill the dancer zombie. Kill Michael when he shows up. I'm gonna do it here, I think. Yeah. Another thing is, whenever the game introduces a zombie to you, here it comes. Whenever the game introduces a zombie to you, he always shows up on the 6th wave of the level. Like that was just, I know Michael was gonna show up on wave 6 there because that's where the new zombie always shows up. Like 2 levels ago when the football first showed up, he always showed up on, also showed up on on wave 6. That's just how the game works. Something you don't really notice when you're just casually playing through the game. Oh yeah, I'm kind of screwed here. I have to bust this way. And maybe the next one. Well, I wasn't paying too much attention and screwed myself. Oh, bad. Oh, okay, this is kind of okay. I think we're still doing fine. Yeah, we're doing fine, we're doing fine. Okay. It's actually a very nice time. Yeah, on the final wave you see a Michael and you just cherry bomb him. It doesn't... Cherry bomb will catch all the backups as well, so really good. Alright, here on 2-9. So here's a level that has a very strange strat. This level has screen doors on it, but we're not gonna use the we're not gonna use the screen door piercing plant, which is the mushroom. We're just gonna try to kill every screen door with the instant plants we have. The Hypno Shroom, the Cherry Bomb, and the Doom Shroom. Oh, by the way, the Doom Shroom is a very cool plant. That's a nuclear bomb. We just got the Doom Shroom, and we're gonna try to use it as much as possible from now on. Before this level, we're always suffering from the lack of Doom Shroom syndrome. Now we got the Doom Shroom, we're gonna just whip it out whenever we can. It's well, it's a nuclear bomb. That's all I can say about it. I hope we can imagine how powerful it is. Of course, it has a very long cooldown of 50 seconds. But still, no, it doesn't get used enough. Alright, here we have a level that has kind of a bad grave layout here, because all 3 ideal puff shroom spots are blocked, but I can still kind of use that one, that puff shroom spot. It's very vulnerable, as you can see. Yeah, that puff shroom is immediately dying as soon as any zombie spawn on it, but you know, before it dies, it does its job. It's gonna shoot peace. It's a very catchy song. Yeah, this game has a lots of really good music. Lots of wonderful music. I don't really complain about the music of the game at all. Like always hearing the same music while you're running the game. Actually kind of nice. This game and Minecraft that I don't really complain, and Cuphead actually. Well, Cuphead is a different story. I'm pretty sure they spend 99% of the budget on the music in Cuphead, so that's why it's good. Not saying the Cuphead the game is bad, but The music is really nice. But yeah, some games doesn't really care about music. Like Valorant. Bro, I hate the Valorant soundtrack. With a passion. But not this game. Oh my god, I got a screen door fight. Yo, you can see the Hypno reaction. Oh, I didn't... Oh, the screen door... lost. The Hypno Shroom screen door lost. And the enemy screen door survived. It's kind of sad. But still. It had a lot of value in it. It does some damage. Do this wave. Made that wave a little faster. I think I have to Hypno this. Here's wave 19. Alright, cool. I have to kill this guy now. Anyways, we don't really have to bust all of the graves in this level. We just left a lot of them still on the field because the final wave is very simple. You just put the nuclear bomb down and then it kills everything. Simple. It's just too good. Doom Shroom is just too good. Alright. Here we're on the mini boss again. And this is a very fun mini boss because we're gonna get lots of Doom Shrooms. And Hypnos. They're very good. So basically, this level has lots of graves. And we're going to bust them up. Alright, I didn't really talk about Ice Shroom when we unlocked it because it's not that useful. It's not a plant that we just unlock and never use. But here, yeah. Ice Shroom, it freezes all the zombies on the screen. Unlike the Snow Pea, we don't really want to use it because, you know, it doesn't kill the zombies. It doesn't make the game faster. We're gonna try to hold 3 of a kind of Ice Shroom in this level. So that we never get too many of that. We stop getting Ice Shrooms on our belts. Do not ever hold Doom Shroom on your belt. It's a big mistake. I have lots of Doom Shrooms, so I'm just gonna use them. Because Michael... Right. I'm actually gonna use an Ice Shroom. Although you should be holding Ice Shroom Manip, which is holding 3 Ice Shrooms. But this is kind of useful because the dancer zombie gets into the screen too fast sometimes and they just start eating your plants. You don't really want that to happen. You want to slow him down. That's the only instance where you want to use the Ice Shroom. This is actually a really fast level so far. Okay. So now in the second flag, the strategy is to use Hypno Shrooms on footballs and then just watch him take out all the other zombies because he's too tough. And then just shoot all the other zombies or use Doom Shrooms on the other zombies. This level is another one that's very RNG heavy. Whether how fast this level goes is completely dependent on how many Ice Shrooms, no, how many Doom Shrooms and how many Hypno Shrooms you get. Without a Hypno Shroom, if I don't get a Hypno Shroom, that football zombie would take very, very long to kill. Which would make that wave very, very slow. Wave, I'll probably do this. Two footballs. We have 2 footballs. Killing one of them is just not gonna be 50% of the wave because, you know, there's another football. You cannot Hypno just one of them. You have to Doom. I think I can. Oh no, that's not right. That was wrong. That was a big mistake. I'll do this. Now we need another Doomshroom to finish wave 9. Cool. Alright. Alright, we've got another Doomshroom. Don't have to worry about not being able to finish this level too long. Ice Shroom actually does a little bit of damage to the zombies. That's why I used it. Alright. Now we're on to the third world. As Crazy Dave will say there, and I skipped that dialogue, but he basically says that's Crazy Dave, by the way, the one with the pen on his head. He's the one that gives you that's genetically engineering all these crazy plants that are weapons of war. But he's basically just saying that the zombies has given up on attacking your farmyard, which is what that was. And now they're gonna attack your backyard with the swimming pool. But in this world, we're gonna have the swimming pool. We're gonna have the lily pad, which we're gonna need to plant anything in the swimming pool. This world will be called Pool. And zombies will start walking into the pool with lucky tubes on them. It's kind of a interesting visual choice they made when making this game. Zombies can swim. Well, in Pool, the major difference, other than the fact that there's a pool, is the fact that the levels are a lot longer. So daytime levels are mostly one flag and sometimes 2 flags for the nighttime levels. Most pool levels are 2 flags and some of them are 3 flags, which is 30 waves. Makes this one of the longest worlds, which means this is the world that you are gonna be planting the most sunflowers as well. Just like that. I think this guy's on time, so let's just send him. Okay. And over here we have 3-1, which is a very easy level. It's 1 flag only. And yeah, we're basically just gonna use our lawnmowers, use the pool lawnmowers to play. This level plays like day. It's very fast. It's very simple. And it's very RNG heavy. Another important characteristic of any day levels. Yeah. And you see that 2 of the zombies popped up from the pool there at the end of the level? That's like the graves of this world. Now we got the squash, a very important plant. Even if you don't play this game, you might have heard of the squash. He squashes zombies. Squash is another plant that we pick up because of its cost. It's a 50 cost instant kill plant, and it basically, you think about squash as a potato mine that doesn't need to arm. Like, it's the same as a potato mine, but it costs twice as much. But at the value, the value it gives you is that when you put it down, it doesn't need to arm like this. You just put it on a zombie and it will just instantly kill it. No planning required. Just boom. Whenever you want it, put it down. The zombie dies. Very simple, very fun. So here we have puff shroom, which usually you don't have puff shroom. Like usually this level is beaten with 7 sea slots, but we got 2 diamonds. We're able to buy the sea slots super early, and I have puff shroom here. And you can see that the puff shroom are sleeping when I put them down. That's because mushrooms sleep during the day. Any mushroom plant will sleep when it's daytime. Which means most of the mushrooms are very useless in this game. In this world. This world is daytime again, which means sun is falling from the sky again. And also you can, yeah, you might have noticed I didn't pick up the sun shroom to use. That's for the same reason. The sun shroom will start sleeping and he will not produce sun at all. But the puff shroom though, like, even though he sleeps as well, he doesn't, like, he still has value. His value is just to be there to stall. Make the zombies eat the puff shrooms and stall the zombies. It's the only mushroom we're going to be using in this world. Basically a sacrifice. Meat shield, as you will, if you want to call it that. I don't think I have enough sunflowers. I think kind of screwed here. Don't really think about this too much. Let's just slow down and put in squash down. Alright. Nice potato mine kill. It's actually a little bit of strategy I'm doing here, and I'm putting on the potato mines, which is put the mine down when the zombie just showed up there. Because how this game works is that whenever you have a zombie just that spawn on a lane, in the next wave, oh my god, I got the other zombie. I caught another football zombie. What are the odds? This is such a good run. The RNG is incredible. Second one. Oh my god. I cannot believe this. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I'm just in awe. I think I was paying more attention. This might be a PB. This is very good RNG. I may have PB'd in this. I was not planning to PB this today. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. Okay, we're on to 3-3. So now the game is gonna start introducing to us the pool zombies. I just realized I kind of I'm kind of glad I got a lot of money because I can showcase some of the strats in this game that you can only do with a lot of money. Not TAS. I don't know how to play TAS, but still. 340 estimated time is crazy. Guest, keep in mind. Okay, Guest is a world record holder. Just keep in mind that when I signed up for this, 340 is not that crazy for me. 340 is a pretty reasonable time. I got a lot better at the game recently. Yeah, nowadays I should be expecting me to finish the run in 3 hours and like 22 minutes. Which is not the rate that it is going right now, because I actually realized I'm not paying that much attention to what I'm doing on the screen. Probably this run will be like 325, something like that. But yeah. Right, we're on wave 8. Wave 9. So, right, we're gonna see the snorkel zombie, which will show up at wave 11 here. The snorkel zombie is it's a very annoying zombie as well. So basically, what it does is the snorkel zombie will dive after he shows up. He will dive, and the pea shooters will no longer be able to hit him. First thing you do, use the instant kill plan on him. See that his head barely pops up from the water? Yeah. That's not enough for the pea shooters to land any peas, because the pea shooters shoot peas at a head level, I think is how it goes. Wait, I shouldn't have chomp board, I should just bomb it. Hopefully we don't get a lot of snorkels, because they're naturally not that fast. When you get a lot of snorkels that spawns, that slows down the game, slows down the level by a lot. Got one snorkel there, and then I basically had to keep that snorkel eating that lily pad. Because when he's eating something, that's the only time he'll get damage. Like here, that snorkel is gonna take no damage, so I have to kill him with the thumper. Oh god damn it. Yeah. Alright. This is one of the hardest full levels, I think. Just because of how the snorkels will not die. Refuse to die. Pretty cool. Alright. Here comes the first free flag level of the game. One which will take a lot of sunflowers. We're gonna plant a lot of sunflowers. If you think planting, what is it, 18 sunflowers a lot, we're gonna plant 20 here. Maybe sometime even 22. I've seen people plant 22 sunflower in this level, and I'm not sure what the math is, how good it is on the math table. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be enough. There's just not enough sun. So 3 flag level has a lot more zombies. As you can see on the bottom right, there's 3 flag icons. 3 brain written flag icons. Basically, for every 3 levels, the game will spawn more zombies in a wave. which means when you have 30 waves, the last 10 waves actually will have a lot more zombies than the previous waves. The last flag has a lot more zombies, a lot more. Yeah, the same strategy in pool as always. We're going to plant pea shooters. We're gonna plant repeaters, and we're gonna plant sunflowers. And it's going to be a spam chompers after we get all of the pea shooters down. Which we're gonna double up the pea shooter count in this level to deal with the high amount of zombies. And wow, that's a very rare spawner. 2 zombies never spawn in the same wave at the same time when there's just 2 zombies. But yeah, that's what we got there. Usually, usually this level is a little bit slower than this. I think we're actually doing fine. Usually this level is also played with 7 slots. Like 7 C slots, but we got 2 diamonds, so we're actually balling super rich. Which is awesome. Oh yeah. I'm trying to use my instant plants to kill the big health zombies. And when there's no big health zombies, I'll just put a repeater down. This game has lots of RNG, and the zombie spawns is one of those that determines how fast your level can go. We have lots of buckets. Level is going to be really fast. We have lots of snorkels and lots of vaulters. The spawns. The level is going to be slower. So over there I had a lot of buckets spawn, which is a very good sign that this level will be fast. Each level is kind of their individual thing. Which is, that means what you do in this level doesn't really matter for the next one. Kind of interesting when you think about it. Like, I know a lot of games are like this, but in this game it's more apparent. Getting a bad level doesn't mean the next level will be bad as well. But I think that's also something that people don't really think about when running this game. Oh, I don't have a lot of repeaters. I do not have a lot of repeaters. Okay. We're kind of using a strategy that's, it's sort of a law. That's full prioritization. Basically, I prioritize killing the zombies in the pool first. Because, well, for a very subtle reason. When you put a chomper down in the pool, it will be there, and then when a snorkel shows up in that lane later, it will start eating the chomper and then be able to, it will take damage from the repeaters. I didn't know platform zombies could be done fast, but this is a very cool run. Yeah, this is very cool. Yeah, PvZ can be done fast. So people always say, "Oh, what? You can speedrun this game?" I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, you can. You speedrun by just killing half of the wave as fast as possible, which will always spawn on next wave instantly. So here we're on 3-5, which is a very interesting level. The zombies are very small and they're very easy to kill, but there's a lot of them. There's 4 times as much zombies as in the other levels. But they also have like a quarter health or something. I don't really know the math behind the health. But yeah, this is also another level that is a conveyor belt, so how many cherry bombs you get on the conveyor belt directly and is solely responsible for how fast this level is. Very RNG heavy. Yeah, now I'm getting some cherry bombs, that means I can speed up this level. When I don't get cherry bombs, I cannot. And we're gonna try to manipulate the conveyor belt a little more, which by holding lily pads. Lily pad is actually one of the highest, most likely plants you can get on the conveyor belt. It just it has the highest weight. I wasn't really counting weights, but I think it will be fine. Yeah, but if you hold 4 lily pads on the conveyor belt, the weight would drop to 1. It's very low, and that's what we're gonna try to do here. I think that's fine. So this marks the half point of this world. After this is the second half. Cool. And we're gonna see the interesting zombies that are in the pool shows up. Alright, 3-6. Here's where the Zombolni shows up. Zombolni is a very difficult, I mean, it's a very difficult zombie to deal with if you don't have Chomper. Very interestingly, the Chomper can just eat a car, eat an entire car. We're gonna use right now because the Zombolni has a lot of health. Zombolni has, I think, more health than the Buckethead zombie. Either more or like around the same. Yeah. And if you don't kill the Zombolni fast enough, it will leave an ice trail. Which is we're gonna try to avoid, because if you have an ice trail, then the bobsled zombies start showing up and they start just gliding down the ice. And that's really annoying. You don't really want the bobsled zombie to show up. And very interestingly, if you don't let the bobsled if you don't have an ice drill, the bobsled zombie will still shows up, but they'll disguise themselves as 4 normal zombies. We're gonna see. This is a very subtle difference. Like you really don't know about this if you're just playing the game casually. It's a very how to say, hidden mechanic. But basically, a bobsled has the power of 3, which means it's worth 3 normal zombies. But when the bobsled shows up and it disguises itself as 4 normal zombies, that's 1 more zombie than what you normally get. Which means that if you see there's like too many normal zombies in a wave, there's probably a bobsled that couldn't spawn on the ice trail and just showed up there as 4 normal zombies, because that's just 1 more normal that you should have. Alright, and you see here in this wave there's way too many normals, so I think there was a bobsled. Here comes the Zamboni. I'm gonna chomper him. That leaves no ice trail. Alright, doing pretty good here. Do that. Okay, yeah, another thing is you might have seen me dig up the kelp a bunch of times, and I've never mentioned anything about it. So this is called Kelp Tech. It's a speedrun strat. Basically, when you use a kelp to kill a zombie, it has like a drag the zombie down to the water kind of animation. And that animation is counted. That animation has to finish for the game to count that zombie as dead. But if you dig up the kelp, then that animation finished early, saving you about like 1 and a little more second. Which is very interesting. We're not gonna use it here because it's not useful in this way, but I'm gonna use it later. Yeah, basically, if you shovel the kelp, you kind of shovel the zombie that's tangled inside that kelp. Which means you kind of shovel a zombie. Something you can do in this game. I think we're gonna wait for the splash. Thanks, Krugga, for the good luck. Thank you, thank you. Fellow speedrunner Kuka is in the game in the chat. Alright. Another 3 flag level here. This is the best 3 flag level in the game, in my opinion. You can get lots of Zambonis here. And whenever you chomper a Zamboni, it's really fast. The Zamboni has lots of health. But yeah, Zamboni also has a power of 7, which means that it kind of can spawn on the 29th wave, on the 19th wave. And if it does, it will save you like a lot of time, around 5 seconds. Just the same way as the football did, and although we got 2 footballs already, we didn't get a bonus Zambonis. Like when it shows up on wave 19, that's called a bonus Zamboni. We didn't get a bonus Zamboni today. So I guess the bonus footballs are already enough. Cannot ask for any more. It's too much good luck. Right. But yeah, in poor levels, you want to use your potato mine and squash to basically take out every zombie that you see before you get your sunflower production up. While you build up your sunflowers and start actually affording repeaters, you're gonna use these two plants, which are very low cost, to hold your defenses. They're also very fast. Like, they instantly kill the zombies as they show up, instantly progressing the level. That's just a plus. Oh. I just did kelp tech there. I just shoveled that conehead zombie out of existence. I think I'll berry bomb this. Berry bomb is best used on a big wave because there's more zombie in the big wave. So you kill more zombies with it. Okay. Here's a wow, a third diamond! I just got a third diamond. That's crazy. I have never gotten this lucky before. Holy crap. The Lalathon is giving me luck. It's giving me power. Oh my god. Who would have thought? Each and every day of me just sitting there praying for just one diamond to show up? Get three. Get three here. I just get three. That is crazy. I need to plant that. I think we're doing great so far. Not great in pace. Money is great. Alright. I might be able to... Wait, I just got 3 diamonds. Because I can play a full-out roof. I can play a roof cleaner, buy absolutely everything, mega rich, spend all your money kind of roof. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, well, this is kind of annoying. Yeah, the chomper always chomper the zombie that's left the most. The normal zombie actually prevented me from chomping the zomboni there. Now you see a little bit of an ice trail. Kind of annoying because now I cannot plant any plants in that tile because there's an ice trail. Yeah, and I really do want to plant. Yeah, now I have to wait for the bucket to walk towards the chomper. Luckily, the ice trails melt after a bit. Oh, there it's gone. I think I'll do nothing here. Chomper woke up, or I like to call it wake up, but it's really. It's really just it swallowed and it finished chewing. I just like to call it woke up. One day I randomly started calling it wake up and then it just couldn't change anymore. I think I have to wait for squash here. Yeah. All right, that was a pretty good level. That was actually a really good time. Okay, 6:11. Now we got the Torchwood. I'm gonna be playing Torchwood later on the levels, although people don't really like to play Torchwood. Torchwood is kind of slow. But I'm gonna showcase it here. I think it's really cool of a strat. But here we are on 3.8. That's for later though. Torchwood's for later. around 3-8. And we're going to be hitting the dolphin zombie. The funny dolphin. This is so nostalgic? Yes. I played this when I was very young. But I still remember when I was like 9, I would say. And then beating the zombots for the first time. We had to get one of the teachers to teach us. He was my actual teacher. Not in school, but like I was learning brush outside my school. And the brush teacher, my brush teacher, was really big fan of this game. And then now, like after the brush class, after he taught us brush, he taught us how to beat the zombots, which we were really struggling. None of us could beat the zombots. We were like all 9 years old. So yeah. Like, fast forward 10 years later, here we are. And I have to relearn zombots again though. This time a lot faster. Now I can officially say I play zombots better than my brush teacher. Right, dolphin zombies are gonna start showing up here. We're gonna try to defend against it. Alright, here comes the dolphin zombie. The best way to counter dolphin zombie is for the kelp, because the dolphin zombie, he will jump over your plants, and you only have one plant to stop him, really, which is the lily pad. Like, he will not jump over any other plant because, you know, he's in the pool, and you can only plant lily pads in the pool. Makes it, sometimes you get really awkward situations where you don't have lily pad, and you just have to watch him like run towards your lawnmower. Kind of awkward. Yeah. Now here we have a cherry bomb situation. The killer with a cherry bomb, that's also an option, but not very available option. Most of the time you don't get to do that. Another dolphin, another kelp, another day. My next dolphin will probably be one that goes to the moor. Never mind, this is way nice. Alright. How many waves on the timer? You deal damage to at least 50% of total health of the zombie that live. Next one will... Hold on, 1 second. I don't like this. I don't like how I play this. Maybe I should have water cherried. I think I should have water cherried. That's fine. Not that big a deal. I lost like 5 seconds there. It's fine. Alright. I'm gonna play Torchwood. This is slightly different than what you're seeing. Yeah, most of the pool levels have the exact same C select. And we're gonna switch it up here and play Torchwood. Basically, Torchwood is a plant that amplifies all the peas that pass through it, lighting them on fire, which turns them into splash damage. very strong against large groups of zombies. Yeah. Very strong. But it's really expensive to set up, so it's really only viable in the level that has 3 flags, which this level has. Like, it takes way too long, wastes way too much sun to set up the torchwoods. That's why people don't really like to play this strat. I think it's why. Like, at a certain point, you just can't make that much sun. At a certain point, Torchwood just cannot get any faster because you cannot make that much sun. Back here we have a squash killing a Volter kind of situation, which is very cool. Squash actually counters Volter because it can see backwards. While the potato mine just kind of ignores the Volter. Well, the potato mine can still kill the Volter, but somebody else has to detonate the potato mine. The potato mine cannot see the Volter itself. Right, I was reading this. The next wave spawns even a timer doesn't elapse. Yeah. That's correct. You can either kill the zombie with a higher HP or or kill more of the zombie with a lower HP. Either one works. Usually killing less zombie that has higher HP is way more convenient. How we do it. Yeah, this is actually not a really good, not a very good torchwood level. Normally, if you're playing torchwood, you really want to see less dolphins and less buckets, because they're very slow. Because you have to spend your sun to kill them instantly, and it's less sun you can put on. Can spend towards building your torchwood stockpile. Yeah. I think 9. Now we have a full line of torchwoods. Every single lane is covered by a torchwood. We're just gonna see the zombies melt. They do splash damage, right? They don't really melt the dolphins. The dolphins are way too fast. They do splash damage, so when you have a lot of zombies in a group, they die really fast. Yeah. Have to worry about the zombonis and the dolphins. Okay, wow, there's too many dolphins. There are dolphins here. Wait. Wave 20. Oh my god. 29. Very cool. A shovel. Some flowers for more pea shooters on the field. I didn't see a single Zamboni in this level. It's kind of good. I don't really want to see Zambonis. Alright, we're on the mini boss now. This is a very interesting mini boss. We're gonna be using the 3 Peters and the Torchwoods to hold it. So 3 Peters is a plant that they want you to use in this world a lot. But we don't really use it because although it's kind of cost effective, okay, no, it's not cost effective. It's meant to be a 3 plant in 1. Okay, you shoot 3 peas in 3 of the lanes, and it will cost 325 sun, which is 3 times the sun cost of 1 pea shooter and a little more. And that little more is supposed to be a lily pad that you're gonna save by planting this plant. Like, you're supposed to plant you're supposed to plant 3 pea shooters in place of it, and one of those pea shooters will be in a lane that has a pool, which means you're probably gonna be using the lily pad to plant that pea shooter, and it's gonna be slower, and it's gonna be costing more. And that 25 sun is considered. I personally think that's just a really big mistake, because you're getting a more expensive plan and you're not making it, you know, a value deal. I don't understand why they made it like that. So that's what actually makes 3 Peter not a very good plant. Which is why we don't really use it in other levels except this one. This one, we're using it solely because it's free. You know, you can't really choose to not use this plant. The conveyor belt, it shows up in the conveyor belt. Can't really avoid using it. Like in this level, we're already avoiding using tall nuts. We can't really avoid using 2 plants. It's just way too many plants to avoid it. I'm just gonna put 2 tall nuts in the water lanes and no more. From now on, there'll be no more tall nuts placing. Oh yeah, here we can see that the dolphins are actually not jumping over the tall nuts because I put them in column 9. That's a little bit of an optimization we're doing here. Normally when a dolphin jumps, it will gain iframes, and we're avoiding that iframe by putting the tall nuts in the water in this spot, which the dolphin will skip because the dolphin actually enters the water behind this plant, behind the column 9 plant. Yeah. So we can avoid the iframe it has and pull it slightly faster that way. as you can see, that the spikies I'm putting down here are just popping the tires of Zombies, instantly killing them. That's a Plant vs Zombies counter. And we're just building more and more sweet feeders and shooting the zombies to death. Might be wave 9. Alright. Cool. This is pretty fast. Torch over Cherry Rabe. That's me. The Torchwood Cherry Rabe over Cherry guy. Alright, cool. I finished up the third world pool and we're moving on to fog. So this is where the annoying part comes in. This is where I will stop talking. Wow, 1 coin almost. This is a great preview. This is where I'll stop talking because this world needs to be locked in. If you don't lock in, you can't really survive this world. I like to say that in 2009, 15 years ago, when PopCap made this game, I like to make this joke that they didn't consider Twitch streaming. Because this world sucks. To watch and to stream, this world sucks. Like, come on, man. I barely can tell what's going on. And the people who are watching straight up just can't. Like, the main strategy of Fog is to listen. I have to listen to the sound of Puff hitting the zombies. Recognize which lane and what zombies there are in the level. And people who are watching are probably not gonna be as locked in as I am. So they just straight up just don't know what's going on. I see a Jack-in-the-Box on the top there. But yeah, you can only see one lane really. The other lanes are they're just completely blocked up by the fog. And yeah, this is 4-1. And I got a really good preview here. I hope there wasn't a lane for zombie. Okay, there wasn't. And see the action, yeah. You know, they really should have thought about Twitch streaming 15 years later of someone running this game when they made this game. Papa. I just golded. Holy crap. I just got the 4-1 gold. Alright. So here we're gonna I'm gonna rake. Here we're gonna use the lantern that we just got, which will help us see through the fog. But yeah, we're back on night level, so you can see the lineup is mostly mushrooms again. But this time we're picking up the squash and the kelp for the water. Kelp from last level, squash for this level. Actually, I also used squash last level. Yeah, lantern will be used to see through the fog, but we're not gonna use it a lot. I think this is the one of the 3 only levels that we're gonna be using lantern. Just because it's 25 sun, it doesn't do that much damage. It doesn't do any damage, that much damage. Well, and actually, what really sucks is that for a speedrunner, the later you put down your lantern, crap, I just misread the game. The later you put down your first lantern, the better speedrunner you are, because then you're delaying that 25 sun that can be used for other things. Which means that I am purposely preventing people who are watching my stream from being able to see what's going on for as long as possible. And here I just still don't have sun. I still don't have spare sun. Okay, now I have spare sun. I can put on a planter. It's wave 7. What did you get on 4-1? 4-1 was a 226. My gold there is not amazing, but that was still something. But and also I'm half autopiloting, so I was really not expecting to get any good times today. That was insane. Wow, you just saw the Jack blew up there. That's a really annoying mechanic. Back in the box zombies, they spawn in their boxes and they can sometimes blow up. It's completely random when they do. And they blow up your plants. And you can get very unfortunate situations where it blows up a really important plant later and you're screwed. Like it can blow up a doom shroom before it explodes after you put it down. And you're just screwed because you're not getting that doom shroom back until 50 seconds later. If you get really unlucky. Although the chance of it blowing up is very low though, although you just saw one. It's actually later on the roof that Jack in the Boxes blowing up becomes a real problem. Because there you're gonna be using gloom shrooms and they're going to be very important. They're gonna cost 325 sun each. And you cannot afford to lose a single one. Oh yeah, yeah, another optimization. Yeah, that's a really good thing, Night the Dragon. Yeah, the thing was transparent fog, which is what I'm using here. Like semi-transparent fog. Is that you have to have integrated graphics card on a modern PC to be able to get this transparent fog consistently. It's kind of strange, like modern actual graphics cards, GPUs, they really don't like this game. Okay, now we're on 4-3 and we're gonna get the balloon zombie, although we're not gonna bring a counter to it because the counter to balloon zombie sucks. Okay, it's the cactus that we just unlocked. And it's really inefficient to use. To quote former record holder Bulbasaur, represent, playing cactus is a lot like hugging one. It's just tricky. We're gonna not use the cactus plant at all until we really have to in 4-10. There's an alternative to cactus. What am I? Okay, I just lost my lane. There's an alternative solution to the cactus, which is the blower. And we're gonna use that instead of cactus. And we're just gonna let the balloon zombie go to the moor. Like that's just the best we can do in this level. I think I got a more kill. Oh yeah. Use the Doom Shroom to finish the final wave always. And usually, when people play the level, they bring planter, but if you want to go fast, you have to play no planter, which is a very nice strat. All right, here we're gonna take the blower. This is a 2 flag level, and we're gonna get a lot more balloons than the last level. The last level only has two balloons. One of them we will send to the lawnmower, and the other one will use the Doom Shroom to kill, and then we just did it. This level, there's gonna be a lot more balloons, so can't really do that. Although blower is really good of a plant, it costs 100 sun. It will kill all the balloon zombies, blow them away. And it will also blow away the fog. It's a nice addition, very welcome addition. Without that quirk, I think probably 4-4 will be played completely blind as well. Just full on no planter in the fog the whole time. Yeah. So here I can see a little bit in the fog because of the transparent fog thing. I can see that, like, you can see over here. I can see the Conan zombie. That's not enough. That alone is enough to get through this level sometimes, but like how transparent your fog is actually completely random. Sometimes you just get like a level you just cannot see a thing, not a single thing. And yeah, so that's not a reliable thing to go off of. Like, you still have to learn how to play fog just by ear. For me, I'm playing fog not only by ear, but I'm also talking myself. Which I think is an extra layer of difficulty. And here, every time a balloon zombie shows up, you can hear the balloon inflating sound. Kinda nice. We're gonna use a Mori here. I really can't kill that guy. We can help here. That was wave 5. Alright, every time we see a balloon zombie, just blow them away. Very efficient. It kills the balloon zombie immediately. And it's much better than cactus. Much better. Comes to another. There's the dolphin. Very cool. I still have the rake. Like in fog, the rake is not that much use because you don't have to kill the first zombie with the rake. So, but we still buy it because usually you want the rake just to see where the first zombie goes, so you can just land a lot of buff shrooms on the rake lane. Alright, here we have 4-5, which is the base breaker level. So this is just 3 whole waves of races. And this kind of introduces you to puzzles. So I'm not a big puzzle fan. This level is kind of cool. I forgot to break the bases. Oh, I got another squash. I kind of stood up here. Kind of. Alright, it's fine. Okay. It's not a bad time. Let's just straight up base breakers. That's the most unlike any other level kind of level you can get in this run. Because how fast you can click and how fast you can APM actually matters a lot in there. Personally, I'm not on the faster side in that level. Like that feels like an actual speedrun level, you know? The rest of this game just feels like a resource management kind of speedrunner. That felt like you just have to click. Aim labs, straight up. Yeah, APM in PvZ. Really only in that level. I don't know what happened. Oh wow, that was very deceiving level, David. Okay. So here we have the miner zombie. Or the digger zombie, actually, that's what they call it. I like to call it the miner zombie. Which will show up in the 7th wave of this level. This is very rare. Usually, when they introduce a level, they introduce a plant in a zombie in the level, it will show up in the 6th wave, but not here. It will show up in the 7th wave. The miner will dig up, will just dig towards the end of the level, and it will pop up at the end of your long. But then it won't just go straight to your house. It actually becomes disoriented and starts walking towards the right. But that's very annoying because the time it takes for the miner zombie to walk, to mine towards the end of the lane, you cannot do any damage to him. And that's really slow. So that's why we use the potato mine, which actually can deal damage to the miner. And yeah, the miner also will eat a potato mine because it's technically underground. Use the potato mine to stall the miner zombie there so they can catch it with the doom. Oh, yeah. Now we're on to 4-7, which is the way more annoying level than any other level in the game. Because you can just get like a lot of miners in this level, and you have to wait for each of them to dig towards the end of your screen. Towards the end of your round and pop up before you can start killing them. Unless you use the very limited amount of doom shrooms you have to kill them. Because for some reason Doom Shroom can't hit the miner zombie. I guess you already seen it in the last level. Doom Shroom can just kill everything. Another reason why Doom Shroom is just the most powerful plant in the game. Oh yeah! All the mushrooms in this game are called plants. Although they're not plants, they're fungi. What's that about? Anyways, we're very lucky to have another level that has a planter in it. This is gonna be the last level with planter in it. After this, there will be absolutely no seeing. Nobody is allowed to see. No viewing is allowed. Just pure guessing game. So we actually use a strat called... Wait a minute. Okay. I thought I was gonna lose that lily pad for a minute. But we're fine. We actually use a strat called Blackened Fog. Or Lanternless Fog. In the fog. To listen for where the zombie is. Yeah. If you are wondering how I can know where the zombies are, basically the strat is that you would plant a puff shroom in column 7 and plant a puff shroom in column 8, like, and you would try to listen for how much time it takes for each of the spores to get shot out from the puff shroom and land on the zombies. If you think it's taking too long for the spore to... It's taking very long for the spore to land, that means the puff shroom is further back. It means the further back puff shroom that you place is the one that's currently attacking a zombie, which means that lane has a zombie. And anytime that you don't have one of those, anytime that you hear a spore leaving a puff shroom and immediately landed on a zombie, that means that that lane's puff shroom is further up. It's closer to the zombie. And based off of where you put the puff shroom further up and where you put the puff shroom further back, you can know which lane has a zombie currently. That's the basic strat. It takes a lot of concentration. It's most things in this game. And now here we have the final wave miner, which... Oh my god, I almost got my Doomshroom blew up there. Holy crap. You have to catch that miner. Do you see that miner on the bottom lane there? Trying to dig away. Let's really catch him. Alright, here we have the Pogo Zombie. In the other level that we cannot see. As you can see, the fog has creeped up a lot more. There are now way more fog than the other levels. This is the maximum amount of fog you're gonna get, I think. Now fog like covers more than half of the screen. And just pure guessing game from here. Although I can see I got really lucky here and I spawned a creek here. And a hole here. Just very lucky. Oh yeah. Let me just explain back and fog a little bit. Now I can hear that 2 puff shrooms are attacking a zombie, and the only lane I have 2 puff shrooms in lane 2. The zombie is in lane 2. Right now I see that there's 2 puff shrooms attacking a zombie, which means I actually have bottom 2 lanes. And now I see both zombies. There's 2 zombies in this wave, and I see both zombies. Pretty good. Break kills the Pogo Zombie. Wow, got really lucky there. So yeah, I still have how many puff shrooms are attacking zombie currently, and knowing where your puff shrooms are, you can also determine where the zombies are. Now this strat really needs a better name. Like I try to think of a better name for it. Like sonar. What are some of the other candidates I came up with? But none of them really fits. It's not really sonar. Like I cannot think of a better name for this strat. You're like trying to listen. It's kind of how sonar works, but not really. Oh my god, I go to another level. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I just got 2 golds today. Alright. Is that right? 221. I don't think 221 is my goal though. But it is.
The zombies are coming.
Echolocation. Oh my god.
Brains.
Wait, that's actually not bad. That's actually really good. Alright, here I hear 2 puffs attacking a zombie, and I know there's only 1 zombie, which means this is the only lane that it can be on. And now it can be on either lane 5 or lane 6. I'm about to find out. I think that was on lane 6. And now the only lane that has 1 puff shroom on is lane 2, so it's gonna be there. And it's a Kohan because of the different sound. The Kohan sounds more plastic. And now I have plenty of scaredy shroom here, which means that when another zombie comes on the second lane, I am going to see the scaredy shroom attacking it. Yeah. Now that last wave I got a coin, which means that it was lane 6. Otherwise I wouldn't have known that was lane 6. The coin also gave me information. Here I heard a water sound, which is the water zombie landing on lane 4. When the zombie entered the water, it gave a water splash sound. And here I hear another water sound. It's probably no, another lane 4 zombie. This lane 4 scared is shooting. Another water zombie. Yeah, lots of water zombies here. Usually you don't get that many water zombies. I hear a bucket head. I'm gonna use a magnet. Yeah, we got a magnet shroom, which will instantly pick up any bucket heads from the bucket's head. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what I just said, but that makes sense. So whenever you get a bucket head zombie, the bucket on the bucket head's head is a metal, and you can use a magnet shroom to pick it up, which will instantly deal like 1000 damage to the bucket head. It's very efficient. Magnet shroom is also reusable. Now see, you see here, yeah, it picks up the bucket, giving like that bucket's almost entire health. And after a very short delay, I think like 10 seconds or so, the magnet will wake up again and it will pick up another bucket. It's very cool for this level because in this level you get a lot of buckets, and it's really not cost effective to use chompers. They're too expensive. They take way longer to recharge. I got 2 fog golds. I actually didn't think that was going to be the case today. Alright. Here we have the darkest and stormy night level. This is the most interesting mini boss level. Just like the previous 3 worlds mini boss level, it's a conveyor belt that gives you all of the plants from this world. But you cannot see. You cannot see. It's raining heavily and it's nighttime and it's storming. So the only time you can see the long is when lightning strikes. And you know, and what's really interesting though is that as a good speedrunner, I can already play this game blind. Like fog, like the rest of fog is way harder than this level if you compare it the way speedrunners play it, because the rest of fog doesn't have a fucking lightning strike that every so often gives you entire vision of the board. The rest of fog is basically this level, but there's no lightning. You just can't see straight up. So this actually feels easier than the rest of fog. Yeah. We're gonna be using the star fruits and the split peas and the cactus. All of the plants that you normally use in this level in a speedrun, because they're not that good. They're what we got here, and that's what we're gonna use. Oh my god, that's a lot of zombies. Why are they all in the same lane? I don't understand why there's so many zombies together, so grouped up. This level gives you more star fruits. Yeah, it's easier. Star fruits are very powerful. Another plant that casual players absolutely despise. But yeah. I actually joined the scene after the Starfruit Revolution. After the Starfruit Revolution, which made every single run in this game requires starfruits. More starfruits than usual. I'm not getting a single pumpkin. There's supposed to be another plant in this level, by the way, the pumpkin. And I have not gotten a single one yet. There's not a single one. I got more magnets. Alright, that's kind of good actually. I mean, I'm not complaining. Pumpkins don't do too much. But it's weird. It's one of the plants just never shows up. Never gotten anything like this before. Okay, this is really fast. What? I got every single other plant except pump. Oh my god, the first pumpkin showed up. What? This is really fast. Oh my god. Yeah, starfruit. We're gonna be using a lot more starfruit on the roof. Because it's just better on the roof. It's way more cost effective. You know, if we unlock the starfruit earlier in the pool, we're gonna probably be playing that as well. But we do unlock starfruits in 4-6, which is a fog level, And the reason we don't use it in fog is that there's not enough sun. But it is more cost effective than the pea shooters and the repeaters. Because, you know, 125 sun, you're shooting 5 peas at a time. Which each of the peas, that's the same damage as a pea shooter. So basically, you have a plant that costs 25 sun more than a pea shooter. But it's 5 times as effective. I would say that's a pretty good deal. Starfruit doesn't pop balloons though? Yeah, it doesn't pop balloons. But in that level you get lots of blowers and you get cactus. So they kind of deal with the balloons while the starfruit deals with everything else. Alright, so we're on the roof now, and the main gimmick of the roof is that there's no longer grass, so we cannot plant just on the roof tiles. We have to use a flower pot. And also, half of the roof is slanted, so we cannot use any pea shooters normally. Only this tile and beyond is flat. So if I put any pea shooters behind this tile, it would not be able to shoot. It would just shoot the ground. We have to use the catapult plants. Which we don't really want to use the catapult plants. Instead of the catapult plants, we're gonna use Gloomshroom, which is the the best plants for speedrunning. Gloomshroom is gonna be like the most talked about, the most like practiced for every single speedrunner of this game. Gloomshroom is just too useful. Cannot be passed. That's why we have cactuses that just to exist and up on balloon. Yeah, cactus is very. Cactus use is very little. Like you don't really use it for anything else. Just that. We're gonna do that, and then I think I'll just jalapeno. Very cool. This is a very nice time as well. I made a mistake. I wanted to buy roof cleaners. I guess not. Okay, actually no. This is safer. I'm not as rich as I thought I was. Probably because of the way I played. And I also raked a lot of levels. Oh yeah. Here's 5-2, and we're gonna just start with the Starfruit Revolution. This is the first Starfruit level. And currently, as we speak, I think Starfruit, like, people are still trying to figure out how to play Starfruit. This is still developing strat. Although not as developing as like a year ago. But I'm pretty sure this strat can still be optimized like way more. But yeah, we're bringing like every single instant plant that can be used in the game and Starfruit basically as the strat. Because Starfruit can just hold the zombies by themselves, you're free to just spam the other instance, and they don't cost a C slot. Like normally in other levels, you would have to drop one of the instant plants that you want to bring to bring one of the more important plants that you have to use. But not for this level. In this level, Starfruit will take care of everything. You just need Starfruit and you can bring every other instance. Every instance. So yeah, we would like to use. We would like to get like 4 or 5 starfruits on the board, and they would just hit everything, and they will kill everything. They will kill all the strays, preventing zombies from entering a house. While we try to use the instance to make the game go faster. So basically, you know how we have to plant, we have to go 50% of the wave to spawn the next wave. We use the instance to kill 50% of the wave, and the starfruits will just take care of the other 50%. The other 50% that we leave off. And they're really good at that. I'm slightly screwed here. I'm not screwed at all. I still have the original PopCap version of this. That's what I'm playing on as well. The one with Michael Jackson. That's the dancer zombie. There's like very slight difference between the versions, and I think, although people might tell you that there's not that much difference, I think this version is the fastest in terms of speedrun. Some runners disagree, and some runners say that the versions are the same. I don't think so. I think they're actually the same. No, actually, I think they're actually not the same, and that's what I meant to say. So I actually have went ahead and named every starfruit position, every position of starfruit that you can get, but I have not released this information. This is just for convenience sake, like when I'm trying to communicate starfruit positions to somebody. Yeah, every rather starfruit in this 5-5 grid has their own names. Although this, yeah, a lot of people don't know about this. I've been using them when I'm streaming. So I hope people start using them as well. Yeah, you can indeed speedrun this game. It's not just an auto scroller. Hi, John. Yeah, you can speedrun this game by killing half of the wave as fast as possible, which will spawn the next wave instantaneously. How's it going, John? If you don't do that, then you will take what is an auto scroll, which is like around 20 seconds before the next wave shows up. I don't remember the exact time, and it's also just like a random amount of time. There's lots of random stuff in this game, like where the zombies are random, which lane the zombies show up in is random, what kind of zombies you're gonna get is random. Lots of randomness. Yeah, I'm gonna play Center Star. This is called a Center Star. I think that's the most important star. You never want to lose this star unless you're using a Doomshroom. This star hits both lane 2 and lane 4. Now we're gonna do what's called a left-hand star. That's the star that's above the center star. Now we're gonna do a vanguard, which is a star in front of the center star. These are just 3 most important stars, I think. No, 4. This one, the right-hand star, is also the very important star. If you have all 4 of those stars, then that's basically the like the most bang for your buck stars. These 4 stars are gonna be used to their best ability the most, because they're in the front and they see a lot and they shoot very often. They see a lot and they're very in the front. That means that the 2 stars, the 2 bullets that shoot in the side directions, can actually be used more, because like most of the time Starfruit's 2 stars that shoot vertically are just wasted into empty space. Like, look at this, they're all shooting sideways, but they're not using them. And if you put your Starfruits further up, then sometimes they might just get used, like here. Getting used to, oh, not anymore, I just jalapenoed all the zombies that are gonna get hit. Oh yeah. Now we have the quarterback. We have made the cross. Starfruit patterns are very interesting. I don't remember that Starfruit's name, and I just placed down. Someone used to took it and figured out. Like the very corner of column 9, I still don't know how to call it. This is wave 6, I think. I should have squashed that, but yeah. We're gonna leak a zombie, and I'm gonna just do a catch-up mine here. Hopefully it works. This is a 3-cone preview, so this is naturally a very hard level. There are a lot of clones here, and as I mentioned before, the more clones you get in a level, the harder the level is. Usually. I am going to actually jalapeno this. Oh, come on. Oh, that Starfruit just died. Notepad, 25 to 31 seconds. That's the official Ollie certified auto scroll rule timer length. I do not have that information, but I think Ollie is right. Ollie is very often right. Kind of unfortunate level. That's fine. That's actually not right. The fastest you can get of a wave is 6 seconds after the previous wave has spawned. Um, 7.5 I think is the 3-5 thing.
The zombies are coming. Brains.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, we're on to the blooms levels. Now we unlock the coffee bean and we can wake up any night mushrooms that are going to be sleeping during the day. So we can just use the gloom shroom, which will normally sleep during the day. This is the most powerful plant in the game. Next to the doom shroom, we're also be using that because we can also wake him up too. I am going to leak here. No, I'm not going to leak because I just used the power of the stalling the rake. Yeah, Gloomshroom does area of effect damage to all the zombies. And it does insane damage. Actually insane damage. It's just really strong. Really strong. Like putting a Gloomshroom at the end of the board closes your zombies way too fast. Way too efficiently. But we're gonna take the risk. Like, yeah, it's very risky to put a Gloomshroom on the very edge of your lawn. Well, lawn, more like a roof. But, you know. But it's worth the risk. Immediately start shooting, dealing massive amount of damage to zombies. A very strange spawn. And it's making the waves really fast. Are you going to do John 5-6 for the fans? I think I will. If I don't have roof cleaners, I will. Which I don't think I'll have roof cleaners at this point. If I have roof cleaners, I'll probably just play pumpkin. I didn't get any more diamonds after the third diamond. Usually, if you have a lot of money, then you can afford to go way riskier. Okay, yeah, here's the thing. Okay, yeah, another thing about 5-4. This 5-4 level in particular. If you're playing Glooms on 5-4, there is no way you can stop the Pogo Zombie. Other than the Squash and the Doom. Okay, so there is a way. But they're not always going to be available, okay? You only get the Squash every 30 seconds. You only get the Doom every 50 seconds. Sometimes they just escape. And when they do, you die. Because you know, this is roof, so there's not gonna be lawnmowers. Yeah, this is one of the levels that can just have like a very tiny chance of giving you a pogo on every single wave, and you just die because you can squash the first one. Okay, you can do like the second one and the third one, but no, if they just keep coming, you just die. You don't have enough stuff to kill them, which kind of sucks. I have died to that way too many times in my adventures in this game. But it is what it is. It's still worth the risk though, because any strategy that doesn't involve Gloomshroom is kind of bad. And this guy is just going to my house, so we're gonna play safe. And the fume show on the very end. Alright, we're finishing the level with the Doom Show. Here comes the final wave. Alright. Very awesome. Very nice Doom. Always do in that spot to finish the level. That will hit every single zombie on the field, including the ones getting dropped from the air. Alright, we're on to 5-5. It's just the my least favorite level. This level is a conveyor belt minigame, and you get only chompers. Although Chomper is my favorite plant, but only getting Chompers and Cherry Bombs is kind of bad. You know? I don't like how this game is, this level is played out. Like, come on, chompers are cool, but you cannot just force me to use only chompers, man. Like, sometimes you just get like waves that you have to use. You just want something else, but you cannot. There's only 4 plants in this level: chomper, cherry bomb, pumpkins, and pots. And sometimes the zombies, like, yeah, when you accumulate a zombie like this, I'm like, dude, let me just play a pea shooter. I just want to kill them with a pea shooter. Come on. Why can I not play the pea shooter down? Why can I not do that? Is that too much to ask? Alright, we're getting some pretty good RNG. So I think I missed. Oh my god. Alright. Here comes the bungee zombies. I am going to need... Alright. We need lots of bombs so far, which is really good. Air bombs. Like, sometimes you don't get a lot of cherry bombs, and this level becomes really slow. Not today, I guess. I actually have to focus here, because this level, you kinda can't die. You can't die. The zombies accumulate too much. They will walk into your house. Oh, okay, that one woke up. I didn't need to put the other chomper down. Well, I kinda did have to do that because now there's a ladder going into my house super speed. I believe this is wave 9. Oh, I need a cherry bomb for. I'm going to be sitting here for the cherry bomb because I have to kill every single zombie in this wave. I got one. Very nice. Alright, cool. There's lots of paragraphs in the chat right now. I really don't want to read them. Alright, that was actually really nice. I almost got a 420 if I didn't fuck up the top lane pot. Reconf. This is just a crime to not play this. I could no wait, no, never mind. We're gonna play Starfruits. Play Starfruit Mai. Very nice strat. I've not played Starfruit Mai in a while. But yeah, so here's this level is a different level from the previous ones. Previous ones we're gonna take every single instant in the game, but here we're gonna take Coffee and Doom. I'm gonna take Doom Shroom just because Doom Shroom is theoretically better than more instant plants. So yeah. So we're gonna take that. And right. We got a catapult zombie. So normally this this level will be played with gloom shrooms. And the catapult zombies really like to run over the gloom shrooms. Catapult is a vehicle, and vehicles all run over the plants instantly. So if you put a plant on the last column of the lawn, the roof, it will get run over by a catapult. That's really the risk of having gloom shrooms. One of the biggest downside of playing gloom shrooms is just that the catapults, there can be a lot of catapults in 5-6 and 5-7. I'm getting starfruits. Comment à spam. Cute plants versus cute zombies. Yes, it's true. We're tossing, bro. We're actually tossing. Okay. I have 2 starfruits. Normally I would want to have more starfruits, but I guess not. Let's try to doom this, I guess. I'm allowed to. A very nice wave. All right. This allows me to have more time to put out more starfruits. Normally you don't get a lot of time to do that in this level. Normally this zombie just shows up way too quick. I'm gonna lose one here. Kinda bad, kinda bad. Oh, God damn it. This is not enough starfruits actually. Yeah, this is the risk you have to run when you're playing starfruits sometimes. You just there's not enough like prep in the first flag for you to play really effectively play starfruits. But yeah, that was kind of okay, you know. I'm not that far behind. Normally, like a starfruit level like this is it's okay. This is slower than Glooms actually. This is way slower than Glooms. But we're not gonna play any more starfruit levels until 4-9. I have break here. All right. So here's where the fun comes in, okay? This is the level where we're gonna see a lot of catapults. And we're going to play Gloom Shrooms on column 9, which they will get run over, but the casualties are gonna be acceptable. Why do I place a pod to start a ray kill? I explained this morning in Discord. Oh yeah. It's just a strat now that I'm doing. Does it really work, as you can see here? I think I didn't do it correct. You save for the watchers already? No, that's too advanced. Nobody will understand that. I mean, like the micro... That's about zombie speeds. Each zombie has their own speed. Yeah, I should explain that. Zombies always spawn with a different speed. Like they spawn with their own speed. Like some zombies are faster, some zombies are slower. If you let the zombies eat something, they will stop and eat it, and when they restart to start walking again, they will select a different speed. They will reroll their speed every time. It's like a RNG call. So, but sometimes you want to make the zombie walk a little faster. You just put the plant in front of it and make it eat it for a bit. And you shovel that plant and the zombie will reroll a different speed. That's a nice trick we use to get a different zombie speed. Like sometimes you want to slow down a zombie, sometimes you want to speed it up. If you want to speed it up, then you just make the zombie do the eating animation for like a fraction of a second before you dig up the plant they were eating. If you want to slow it down, then you just plant it, and then I guess you can stall it. Yeah. Too fast of a zombie will escape the gloom shrooms. So you just have to plant, like, you just have to plant something, or a pot, actually, always a pot. You have to plant a pot. Oh, there we go. We have a catapult just running over gloom. You have to plant a pot to stop the zombies from walking too far. Yeah. This is wave 18 or something? I don't remember. Alright, doing fine. Okay. Normally you will have... if I have a little more money, I will plant... I will use the roof cleaners. Wow, I didn't do that correctly at all. Holy crap. I have roof cleaners, and that will make roof even more consistent, because roof cleaners are like lawnmowers that you can buy from the shop. It costs 3,000 gold, and they basically allow you to have lawnmowers in roof, which you normally don't have. Like the last safety net, you know, the roof is really the world where the game just says, okay, well, now you understand the basics. It's gonna throw everything at you. Oh yeah, it just throws the just throws you without any safety net on the end of your lawn to catch you if you're not playing well and you're losing. Your defenses collapse. That's gone now, so you can still buy it with the price of 3,000 gold. More like life insurance. But you have to get the money. Like right now I have 3 diamonds, which is very good money pace. Like I rolled a lot of high rolls in terms of money this run. Still not enough. I still need like 1 more diamond if I wanted to buy roof cleaners. Yeah. It's just it's just nice to have. And in order to get like higher times, you kind of want to use the roof cleaners more, because they're just like 1 more resource that you can get in the runs.
The zombies are coming.
Column A gloom, pumpkins get run over by catapulters. I totally did not learn this the hard way. That's true, yeah. Pumpkins make the plants a little bit wider. Pumpkins have a larger hitbox than normal plants. So yeah, and they're very vulnerable to catapult damage. Not damage, catapult. Size of the catapult rather. I don't think I'm catching this guy ever. I also was not looking at my screen. Alright, so here we have the Gargantua. This is 5-8, and we're introduced to the Gargantua zombie. It's the giant zombie, the giant class of this game. It basically deals it has way more hit points than any other zombie, and it will one-shot your plants by smashing them. It will not eat any plants. And that's the gimmick of it. I'm playing really gambling right now. This is gonna be fast. I got a good guard. This is actually not a bad pace. Okay, wow, I got a good guard. Very nice. So, basically, this is a very gambly level. The Gargantua always spawns on wave 11, and he can only spawn in 4 lanes. Lane 2, lane 3, lane 4, or lane 5. And in 2 of the lanes you have a Gloomshroom there. If he doesn't spawn in the lane that you have your Gloomshroom will not die. And that's like basically the gamble of it. Which I got it. It's like 50% chance, right? There's 4 lanes. You don't want him to spawn 2 of the lanes. You want him to spawn 2 other lanes. So yeah. I think this is way nice. I basically a coin flip, and I rolled a coin flip correctly that time. So, very nice. Right. Very nice. Final wave. The Gargantuar actually takes 2 insta kills to kill the Gargantuar. Which we're gonna save the Squash and the Doomshroom always for that level. I'm gonna play a Cherry Bomb. I actually really like the strat of this level being Cherry Bomb.
The zombies are coming. Brains.
Alright, so here's the second last level of the game, and this is supposed to be the hardest level. And in practice, it really is. Sometimes runs just die, the beginner runners just die for a very good reason. There's lots of things that can kill your run here. Jacks can explode, Gargantuars can show up, and you can genuinely just get bad spawns and like get your defenses eaten. That's just a thing that can happen. But yeah, this is the hardest level in the whole game. So we're gonna use Star Fruits here because I think having Cherry Bomb to deal with the Gargs actually is very important in this level. But we are going to just use this strat. Like this strat is normally not considered when people talk about 5-9 strat. People are still talking about magnet glooms and copper glooms. But I think this strat should be better than the other two. Just because you have two useless, the Cherry Bomb and the Squash to deal with your Gargs. But just more, that one more instant just gives you one more option. And that's so important. Alright. The 3 flag levels, we're gonna play a little safer. I hope that dies, but I don't think he will. Yeah. Bungees are really annoying in this level as well. They will steal your sunflowers most of all. They have the largest chance. They always steal one plant, but they have the largest chance of stealing one of your sunflowers because that's where they have an equal amount of chance to steal any plant of yours. And you have the most amount of sunflowers. But yeah, usually it's a sunflower that gets stolen. And that zombie dies. It does not. This is intriguing. Okay, I have a small problem here. The most important star fruit I need to kill this wave just got stolen by the Bungie. Okay, that was kind of tragic. That Bungie actually was Actually, was really smart. He stole the most important star fruit there. I think... Yeah. So in this level, the most scary thing actually isn't the bucket heads, actually isn't a bungee. It's the jack in the boxes. Oh, here they come. When they show up, you know, they're fine. Right? They don't have that much health. They just can get blasted away by the star fruits. But it's the one time that you forget about them. You're not looking at them. They blow up and they just blow up all your defenses. That's the most annoying thing ever. Why do I have no sun? Alright. Hopefully we don't see a Gargantuar today. Another thing about this level is that in the last 3 waves of the game, of this level, you can get a Gargantuar. And when you do, it's really slow. Which I did not get there, and I really thought that was 28. Alright. Alright, cool. Well, nothing bad happened there. No jacks blew up, nothing bad happened. Very nice. We got through it. Alright, here's the final boss. So in final boss, we're gonna do a strat that's called bustless 3 cycles. Bustless means that Zomboss will not throw the bus, which is very interesting because if you have played this game before, you know that Zomboss throws an RV, not a bus. But lots of things in this community of PvZ stranding are just named wrongly. I don't know why it's called bustless. It probably comes from Super Mario, but yeah, Zomboss never throws a bus. It's just called bustless for no reason. People are speculating that it came from Mario, like how bus is a thing in Mario. But nobody truly knows. It's a myth. How did people just start calling it bus? Who started calling it bus first? Who was the original victim of Zero? Oh yeah. Basically, Zomboss will throw a bus when he first gets damaged more than 50%. Right? And he will throw a bus at your plants and crushing your plants. But he only does it, he only guaranteed will do it when he has more than 50% damage. The moment he leaves this perch. If you're playing Minecraft before, you know about perches. Minecraft speedrunning, that is. So by never letting him leave when he's more than 50% damaged, I can prevent him from ever throwing a bus. Like right now he's like 48% damage. Like the progress bar shows how much health he has. This is less than 50%. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of 50. Yeah, you're gonna notice a lot of 50% in this game. A lot of things are 50%. Yeah, so from now on, I must kill them. This cycle, I must kill them. Otherwise, he will leave with more than 50% damage. and he will throw a bus. And the reason he throw a bus is very slow is that after he throws a bus, he enters what is called a bus cycle, which means he will never lower his head down. And then when he doesn't lower his head down, you can never damage him. So here's why I have to do the Buster 3 cycle. But the thing is, Buster 3 cycle is actually really RNG heavy. Okay. And now the timer stops right as I pick up the sunflower. He just died. I did it completely. Did it Buster 3 cycles. Boom. That's time. I should have said that earlier. Sorry about that. Whatever is timing that is running. You know, my timer actually stops after this shows up, but yeah. GG's. The final time was 3 hours, 24 minutes, 15 seconds. I think it should be 16. Okay, it's 16 on my end, so yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, 15 is pretty good. This would be like a top 20 in the world. But yeah, we have time to listen to the credits. Do you guys want to listen to the credits? I think, yeah, we're ahead of schedule. DMCA, right. It does. Yes. Good thing I didn't click it. Yeah, that would 100% get DMCA'd. Every time all of my videos get DMCA'd. When I listen to the credits. Right, I forgot about that. Alright, so we're gonna skip over that. But yeah, normally you get the screen. Okay, you win. No more eating brains for us. We just want to make music video with you now. And then you get an awesome music video of the sunflower singing. And you can roll the credits. I'm not gonna do that. Alright. Everyone separately listen to the credits in sync. That's a really good idea. Okay. Is it the trailer music? Ooh, I actually don't know what the trailer looks like. I should watch the trailer of the game. Like, I actually don't know what the trailer looks like. Maybe it is? Maybe it's not. I feel like trailer will have Ultimate Battle in it though. Ultimate Battle, which is another music of the game, probably will fit better in the trailer. But yeah. Alright. Your Zen Garden needs water. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we skipped over the Zen Garden in the game. By just pressing escape, which is a nice thing. We don't have to play through the Zen Garden there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. This is the annual Persona run of Plants vs. Zombies. I think we did an actually really good run. I was really impressed with how I can just go 2 levels while talking the whole time. The trailer has sunflower singing. That's probably it. Then that's probably the end credits. Now, if you want to see more, I stream this game like almost every day on my channel. Shameless plug. There's a lot more levels than this. I even stream the Limbo page levels. They're not available if you don't, you know, go into the code and change stuff. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll hopefully see you guys later, and hopefully you found that very interesting.